Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this silvery grungy teal look. So first off, as usual, I'm starting off with moisturising my face, and you can use whatever moisturiser or anything that you need. This is just what my skin needs at the moment. My skin's very dry because it's winter here in Australia and it's so cold. So next I'm going on to priming my eyes, and as usual I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This here is in NC20, and I'm applying that all over my lids all the way up to my brows. And also after that I'm setting it with a face powder, but I didn't show it in the video. So next I'm using a cheap W7 Kajal pencil. I got this here from Chemist Warehouse. And yeah, so I'm applying that on the inner corners, outer corners, and in the crease. And I'm buffing that out with a stiff domed brush from Makeup Geek. And yeah, so I'm blending that out towards the crease area, blending it up towards and up onto the brow bone a little bit. And then once I'm done with the blending of the shape that I want, I'm then going to blend over the middle of it. Not too much because I don't want it to be pitch black there. And yeah. So repeat on the other eye. Make sure that you try and get this shape of the eyes even, because it really does have an effect on how it turns out in the end. Like, people will just be like, that doesn't even match, girl. And you're just like, oh, bitch, please, I know it does. And then you'll look at photos and you'll be like, oh, god damn it. Why didn't I have a look? Why? And then you'll blame yourself, because that's all you got, you know? So next, after all that, I'm tightlining my eyes, and then I'm heading on to eyeshadows. This here is a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I'm not sure what shade it was, but it's a very deep, dark blue shade, and I'm applying that where I originally applied the Kajal pencil, so in the outer corners, in the crease, and in the inner corners, and I'm blending it out the exact same way with the exact same brush. So once you're done doing that, just take a clean blending brush and soften out those edges. And yeah, just blend out to how you would like it. It turns out very metallic-y grey on the outside once you do this, because I made sure that I had a little bit of powder on it. And yeah, so it turned like a soft grey colour. So then I had to reapply the blue shade, which actually turned out a lot better because you could properly see the off black, blue, teal shade running through this. And yeah, just blend out as you would like until you reach your desired shape, your desired colour, and then you can move on to the next step, which is applying the silver onto the centre of the eyes. So I'm using these two shades here. Just use this first one that I showed you and wet a brush. You can either use water, anything that's got glycerin in it, or obviously my MAC Fix Plus, which has both of those things in there. And just pat that onto the centre of the lid. Don't go too far into the inner corner, and don't go too far. I was going to sound like a Canadian, then I was about to say out. Don't go too far out. So yeah, just keep packing on the colour as you would like. It took me ages to actually pick those two shades. I was just like, no, I really need more silver. So I ended up just using the one shade in the end after all of this fading with the colours. So next I'm just using a small detailer brush, drawing on a little bit of the Kajal pencil as a liner, and then just smudging this across. I don't want to smudge this upwards. And yeah. So next I'm packing on the mixture of the two shades again, and as I said before, I really just ended up using the one shade because I really wanted it to pop. So just use the lightest metallic silver shade and you will be fine. But yeah, just don't forget to do this step here, which is smudging out the Kajal pencil across the lower part of the lash line. Not the lower lash line, the lowest part. You know, the roots of the lashes. And then reapply the colour, because it just has a more grungy effect to it, which I really liked. So now I'm actually spraying my brush with Fix Plus and the one silver shade, and you can see what I mean, how it just gives it a nicer sort of pop. It just looks a lot nicer on the lids, and yeah, it just sort of completes the lid. It just looks perfect, in my opinion anyway. So using the leftover from that detailer brush, I'm just going to bring the edges in onto the center of the lid just a little bit so it blends out a bit better. And then I'm using the brush with no extra product, and then I'm just blending over the top of that again. So now this is my cleanup process, which is just using a makeup wipe and then just taking everything out. So next I'm using my That A Gal Benefit Primer. This is just a little test one that I got, like the samples. And I'm applying that all over my face. This one here gives a brightening effect, seeing as it's like a nice pinky sheen on the face, which I actually really like. And it smells like bubblegum. It smells amazing. It's amazing. Go grab it. So now I'm using my MAC Mineralized Moisture SPF 15 foundation. I was about to say concealer, but it's not. I'm using this foundation brush, powder brush. I don't know what this brush is, but it's from MAC. I'm not sure what it's actually called. And yeah. So just use this, any brush for your preference, a buffer brush, flat brush, sponge, just use what you got and make it work. So now I'm going on to the concealer part. So I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15, applying that underneath my eyes to the tops of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, underneath my nose, because as girls we have hormones, obviously, and so underneath our noses they tend to get really red. And it also doesn't help when you've got a cold. Thank you, Australian weather. And a little bit on the forehead, obviously the Cupid's bow area, because I don't like it when the foundation looks very dark around that area anyway. So I always tend to blend that out there. And yeah, just using dabbing motions, I'm just going to tap in that concealer with the same brush that I used for my foundation. And just whatever excess was on that brush, I'm going to run underneath where I would naturally contour. So now I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is I think it's medium beige or beige. And I'm just applying this where I would usually contour, which is my nose, my temples. Oh, I've got a dent in my temple. My jawline, and also my cheekbones. And I'm just using a small little buffing brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Just use whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm starting to hate what I have to use. Make sure that you get right into those hairs up there. So now I'm using a liquid illuminizer. I don't see the point in using this, seeing as I set all of my foundations and stuff. But if you don't like using powders on your face, like I have very dry skin, but I can get away with using powders. But yeah, so just apply this like any liquid illuminator, and it looks so gorgeous. I'm in love. So yeah, just use that on the cheekbones, the nose, a little bit on the chin, and on the Cupid's bow. So next I'm using my Fit Me powder, and I'm applying this all over my face. And I'm using a lighter powder underneath my eyes with that foundation brush that I was using before, but I'm using the other side, which is the goat haired side. Is it goat hair? I don't even know. So yeah, now I'm just knocking off the excess with a blush brush all over the face. And then I'm using that exact same brush, and I'm going in with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium deep, and I'm applying this along the cheek area, along the sides of my hairline and my temples, and I'm dusting a little bit over my nose as well and under my lip. This here is working as my bronzer and also to help my foundation blend, because it just I don't know, for some reason my foundation oxidizes. No matter what brand I use, it just does not seem to match me anymore. And yeah, so now I'm using my Dallas Benefit bronzer, and I'm applying this in the usual areas that I would contour. So obviously the hollows of my cheekbones, also a little bit of the outer perimeters of my face. As you can see here, I'm quite confused. I thought that I put some on this temple area of my face. Turns out I didn't, and it was actually just the shape of my head, but I never noticed it before. So yeah, and I was still confused. Oh, just like, how the hell? What? I don't remember doing that. But yeah, it was just my face. So I'm just going to blend this underneath my lip, the sides of my nose, a little bit down my neck as well. And yeah, now I'm using my kabuki brush, and I'm blending this out to a seamless, beautiful, not harsh effect on my face. So now I'm using my MAC Mineralized powder, and this is in Soft and Gentle. And I'm using this on the arch of my eyebrows, the tops of my cheeks, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, the cupid's bow, a little bit on the forehead, and a little bit on the chin. And seeing as this here is a very metallic-y look, I thought that it would look great if you had also like that beautiful, wet, not oily, just wet looking thing on the face. It just looks amazing, makes the whole eyes pop and stand out. Looks great, it's beautiful, go for it. So, yeah. Now I'm going into a smudger pencil, blending out under eye, because I've got Kajal pencil there. And you don't really have to do that if you're doing what I'm doing now, which is using a Chi Chi pencil in the lighter shade of aqua. I think it's actually just blue, but I'm calling it aqua because it's a different kind of word, you know? Like, imagine if you named a person that, aqua, aqua, come here, aqua. I can't even say it because I've got such a bogan accent. Just sounds weird. Like, aqua, 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 aqua. Okay, I'm a bit bored today, as you can see. And yes, so I'm going in this shape, I don't even know what to call it, like a bird shape, I guess you would say. And then I'm grabbing a slightly darker shade, and I'm running that on the outside and a little bit underneath. And then I'm just using a smudging brush, like a domed sponger brush, and I'm blending that together. Now I'm using my They're Real Lashes by Benefit, and I'm using this on my upper lashes only. I'm not applying any mascara whatsoever to my bottom lashes because I didn't want to get rid of the harsh blue colour, because like, you know, when you add like a mascara over the top of your bottom lashes and like you just lose all the colour that you had there because it just blocks them out. Yeah. So now I'm just lining my lips. I'm not sure what lip pencil this is, but I know it's by MAC, and I'm also using a MAC lipstick. In my opinion, I didn't like this colour combo, but I had no other lipsticks anywhere to use. So just use what you prefer. I would have preferred like a silver colour, a black colour, a turquoise colour, a just plain blue colour. It would have looked amazing. I do not have those lip shades, okay? So don't judge me. This is all I could do. But in the end, I applied a lip gloss over the top and faded the colour out a lot. So it looked okay. It was good. It was okay. So now I'm done with my little rant there. I'm just filling in my eyebrows, and I'm actually just using a Makeup Geek eyeshadow for this, and it's in the shade Mocha. I would use something else, but I can't afford Jack right now. It's all good. So yeah, just fill in your eyebrows to the way that you like them. I'm going for an extra harsh, bushy, like, thing now, because that's just what style I was rocking today. Don't you love my wet, damp, green, blue hair? It's pretty. So now for a close-up of my eyes. I hope you liked watching this video. If you have any requests of what I should do, go ahead and tell me. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time.